I don't want to hear this thing behind value means underdogs. Just because a team's plus 10, it's value. That is not what that means. If a team's plus 10 and they should be plus 7, yes, that's value. But a team isn't just automatically valuable just because they're an underdog. Hey guys, what's going on? August Young here, DocSports.com, continuing this education series. Today we're going to be talking about what is value. What does value mean in sports betting? And I want to get quite particular with this because we often hear value means underdogs. This is not correct. Value can be found anywhere and it does not have to be on underdogs. So first of all, let's understand what value means. And value as well kind of doubles up as closing line value. They're in and of the same. And there is a link in this description of this video to a closing line value education video I did. It's probably good to watch both of them, you know, that video and this one, to gain a full understanding. But basically, value is just a simple way of explaining the bet you made versus where the line closed. It's like closing line value, but we'll get a bit more specific into why it's known as value. And actually, the correct term is expected value. Now, it's also important that when you compare your numbers, you're looking at the no vig line. Let's give an NBA example. Let's say you laid -2 in the NBA, and by tip-off, the line is -2.5. You might think, great, there's some closing line value. I got 0.5 points, a half point of closing line value. However, you have to understand, if the line was -2.5 at tip-off, that isn't at -110, because that's the bookmaker's VIG baked in, which is 4.55%. The VIG is essentially a hold that bookmakers put on their numbers, as you all may have heard, like the -110, which is their way of eking out extra profit. Now, if you did lay -2 and it was -2.5 by tip-off, that is still -1.5% negative value, just based off the bookmaker VIG. Now, if you lay -2 and the game closes -3, you achieved 1.78% of value. Now, the way I came up with that 1.78%, it's hard to explain on a video. There's different calculations for it. A quick Google search on finding, you know, closing line value or the value. It's not hard to find calculators that are out there. Now, so like I said, you lay -2, the line's -3, that's 1.78% of value. Now, this also works if you want to pick off numbers. If you notice that all the sharp books, Circa, Pinnacle, and all that are moving from -2 to -3 in the NBA, but you're at FanDuel and they're still hanging a -2, jump on board, because if FanDuel's going to move to that 3, you pick up 1.78% value. Now, value also doubles as your expected return of investment. And what I mean by that is if you lay -2 and it closes -3, I mentioned that's 1.78% of value. So that essentially means you can expect to earn $1.78 for every $100 you wager. Now, it's good to think in terms of value, because now you understand how much profit you should be expected to make in the long haul based on your edge, your value. Now, if you lay -2 though, and the line closes -4, that's almost 9% of line value. That is a value wager. That's what value means. It's the same if you lay -200 and a team closes -250. I don't want to hear this thing behind value means underdogs. Just because a team's plus 10, it's value. That is not what that means. If a team's plus 10 and they should be plus 7, yes, that's value. But a team isn't just automatically valuable just because they're an underdog. So as I mentioned, the -2 to -4, that's almost 9% line value, which means for every $100 you wager, you can expect to earn $9 in profit. And that is simply what value means in sports betting, guys. Don't get tricked into the you must bet underdogs to have value. You can bet anything as long as you know the true number should be off from that price. Professional sports bettors will lay -500 on something if their model and their numbers project that a team should be -700. They will bet that. And the same goes for big dogs. But let me tell you, if there's a dog out there that's plus 300 and their number makes them plus 300, there's no value at that plus 300. You're dead flat because you made the number the same. You know, and then if you price in the bookmaker's VIG, that's -4.55%, which means you're expected to lose $4.55 per $100 you wager. So understanding value and how it works in the sports betting marketplace is very important. And that is actually what value means, and more specifically, expected value. This is August Young, Doc Sports. Thank you very much for watching this video. Good luck with your wagers.